Hey, in today's video, I'm going to walk you through the Multiple Listing Service, or MLS, at Realtor.ca. We'll take a look at how to navigate the site, as well as how to read a listing, what you can learn from them, and how to spot the red flags. Let's jump right into this. We're going to go to Realtor.ca. Now, the first thing I would recommend you do when you get to the site is create an account. You can do it in English or French, but what it's going to allow you to do is use these fun little 3 tabs. The first thing it's going to let you do is send notifications to yourself. So it'll send you new listings as they pop up based on the criteria you've entered. It'll allow you to save your previous searches, and then you can even highlight your favorite listings or the ones you love in case you want to send them with anyone or come back to them at a future time. Now, the next thing you're going to notice are these 4 tabs across the top. Find a home, which takes you to a map search, but we're going to see that in a minute. Meet a realtor. This tab allows you to search for realtors based on your hometown, their name, the office that they work for. What's fun is that you can also search by language. So if you need someone that speaks Spanish or Mandarin, it'll find you that as well. And then we get to your mortgage calculator. This will help you with calculate land transfer tax, and it'll also help you calculate your monthly or bi-weekly mortgage payment. I would still strongly recommend you speak to a mortgage specialist and not rely on these online tabs. Mortgage specialist is just going to have a better idea of your actual credit approval and down payment size and the like. And then we also have ideas and how-to, where it'll give you some tips for home buyers and sellers, a few blog posts, some decorating ideas. But we're going to jump right into our search here, and we are searching for a home in my hometown of Kitchener. We want it to be anywhere between $250,000 and $400,000. We want a minimum of 2 bedrooms, but we will take a look at anything with more, and we want 1+ bathrooms. Then we're going to hit this little filter tab and get a few more search criteria. We are looking for a residential home. We do want it to be for sale, not for rent. Land size, we're going to leave at any, but you are able to search for 1+ acres or 2+ acres. Listed since, we want all the listings that are out there, not just the new ones, so we're going to leave that where it is. We want a house. We want a detached home. Now, under this tab, you're able to search for semi-detached, detached, and detached, and the rest all at the same time, but we're just going to stick with detached. And then at the bottom, you get your keyword search. So if you wanted a house with a pool or a garage, this would be the place to put it in. If you were looking for a home or, let's say, a cottage or a recreational property, this is where you put in waterfront or water access or near a beach. But we're going to stick with the search that we have. And then it's going to populate all the homes that meet our criteria. Now, you can zoom out here. And what it'll do is it'll show you all of the listings that meet the criteria you've put in. So if you were looking in Kitchener, but you also want to know what was in Woodstock or Cambridge, this is your chance to do that. But we're going to stick in Kitchener here. And as I get closer and closer, these bubbles start to separate, and now you can see that there's 7 listings here and 2 here. And if I get even closer, then it starts to just break them down by street. But let's just pick one of these bubbles here. And we'll just select a listing. Now the first thing you can do is enlarge the images, and you can scroll through. This is a great chance to check out the curb appeal of the home, the size of the lot, what the inside looks like. Now this particular listing doesn't have any pictures of the inside of the home. That could be for a few different reasons, but I'll touch on that towards the end of the video. The next thing you'll see is along the right side, the listing agent as well as the brokerage that they work for and how to get in touch with them. And then over here you'll notice the price of the home, the address, the MLS number, and then something I do want to highlight here is this information provided at the top. You'll see that it says 2 + 1 bedrooms. Basically what that means is that there are 2 bedrooms above grade and 1 below grade. And then it also tells you that there's 1 bathroom and that it's a single family home. Then you'll get your description where they're going to romanticize the property, and then you'll get some actual property details. So this is a single family home. The building type is a house. It's 1.5 stories. It tells you the subdivision that it's in. There's a detached garage. It's under ½ an acre, and the title is freehold. If it were a condominium, this is where it would say a condo, and you would know that you have extra fees involved beyond your mortgage payment. And as we mentioned above, this is where it says bedrooms, 2 above grade and 1 below grade. There's 1 bathroom. Their interior features. So the appliances included in this sale are a dishwasher, dryer, stove, and washer. No fridge. The basement is partially finished, but it's a full basement. So basically the basement could be converted into a living space, but they've only converted part of it, so there's some part of the basement that's not finished. Building features, there's a paved driveway, poured concrete as the foundation type. It's a detached home. What I want to highlight here is the floor space, or the square footage. This home's 1,090 square feet, but what that actually means is that the property above grade is 1,090 feet or square feet, and that you still have your basement on top of that. If this were a bungalow and it was 1,000 square feet, you could imagine that you'd be adding about another 1,000 square feet in the basement. If it were a 2-story home and it were 2,000 square feet, you could imagine your basement's about another 1,000 square feet, so about a third of what the rest of the property is. This house is 1.5 stories, so I mean it's going to match the main floor roughly, the square footage in the basement. Let's imagine there's another 500, 600 square feet down there. And then the rental equipment. This home happens to have no rental equipment. Pay attention to this. A lot of houses rent their water heaters. It's an extra 25, 35 bucks a month to a cost to you. Then we have heating and cooling. This is an air-conditioned home with forced air or natural gas, which is nice over electric heating. Electric heating would run you a bit more a month. Then we get some info on your utilities. This is a home in town, so I mean it's on municipal everything, water and sewage. If you were looking at a rural property, this is where you would find out if it was on a drilled well or a river, and you would find out if you had a septic tank. Exterior features, it's a brick house with vinyl siding. If you get down to neighborhood features, I would recommend you know a bit about the neighborhoods you're looking at before you look at this, what they've highlighted. You're going to want to know what schools are around there and what hospitals are around there, but this particular home says it's in a quiet area near a hospital, public transit, and schools. Parking, it says detached garage and 4 total parking spaces, so there's probably 1 parking space in that garage and then 3 on the driveway. Then we're going to get to our room dimensions. I always carry a tape around or a measuring tape around when I go through homes. They're generally pretty bang on with the square footage or how they measure the rooms, but it is on the buyer to confirm for themselves. So if I see a room that doesn't quite look like it's going to match up to what they have, I will remeasure that. And then we get down to land. Now this is something they have to be accurate about. This gives you the square footage of the property. So this is 45. This has a frontage of 45 feet and a depth of 82 feet. They need to be bang on. You can hold their feet to the fire if they get it wrong. And then other property information, they're saying they're close to the highway. They are close to our expressway. And their zoning description is R5129U. So this is not just a residential home. This home is zoned for a home business, duplex, or a triplex. If you're looking to do anything like that, then pay attention to the zoning or ask your real estate agent to help you out with this one. A lot of homes are just going to show up as residential if they're in subdivisions in major cities. And we'll go back to the top here. And I did say I'd touch on the pictures. If you don't see any pictures or many pictures on a listing, it can be a bit of a red flag. It probably means they're not trying to highlight what's going on inside the property. It could be something that they've admitted is a handyman's dream, or there's some damage in there that they don't want to show. They're hoping that you recognize that based on the price and that you then come through the home regardless and see for yourself what's in there. But it could just be that they have tenants living in the home and the tenants don't want their belongings photographed, or they don't want the intrusion of someone coming through. Again, the listings that I look at through the system that realtors use have a bit more information than what the general public gets to see. So ask your real estate agent to fill you in. They'll know if they've disclosed any damage in the home or if there's a tenant in the home. And they can tell you just a bit more about what you need to know. Plus, if you're looking to buy a house, I would recommend using a real estate agent anyways. Sellers pay them, so why not? I think that's all I have for you today, though. Go check out the site. It's pretty fun to navigate. You get to see all the listings, and I'll talk to you next time. As always, thanks for tuning in. Definitely subscribe for more videos covering all things real estate. And if you know anyone that this video would be valuable to, please share it with them. Hit me up below or shoot me an email with any questions or comments. And until next time, this is Matt Rooney talking everything real estate.